Good morning and welcome to another episode of More Than Just Task Management, your favorite daily podcast helping you build an efficient and effective business. My name is Anna Angelova. I'm a business coach and consultant, a co-host of this podcast, and I have Joris Minasfand with me. Good morning, Joris.
Good morning, Anna. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Hope you had a good week. Today, we're going to close the week, sort of the work week. Not that we're going anywhere. We talked about this week about what to do about employees and how to keep them happy. And then yesterday, we talked about what to do if someone's attitude doesn't work. Now, today, we want to talk about what about people who does work? Who's the attitude work, who are the producers. How about so we addressed the squeaky wheel yesterday, but if we don't pay attention to the rest of our people, they will eventually become or may become squeaky wheels. So this is the topic we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, it's time to focus on the A players today. And absolutely, you're so right that this is such an often overlooked aspect of building a high performing team of team productivity and effectiveness. We deal with squeaky wheels, right? We have performance improvement plans and things like this for them, but we rarely look at the people who are actually performing, the ones that are producing, the ones that show up every single day and shoulder the responsibility and move things forward. And it's so important to focus on them, to first of all enable them to be A players and then keep on empowering them to keep on being A players, right? And yes, things change, and there might be a time naturally when an A player is not an A player anymore. So we talked
Mm,
about this yesterday, but for today, one of the things that, like, first and foremost, I'm sure that 90%, 99% of business owners don't focus on this. They don't focus on the people who perform. They let them be.
mm, mhm,
So even if you do something very small, whatever it is, you're already doing something different, right? You're already doing something different. So how do you keep these people happy? Like, how do you keep them performing? Um, keep on performing every day? Like, what do you
mm,
do? And I'm actually curious to hear what you have to say first, Joris, because I know you have quite a few people who have
mm,
risen up from like you said, starting as developers, and now
mm.
some of them are team leads. So in your experience, what are some of the things that have worked very well for you?
One thing that I found it works very well as humans, we want to uh, belong. We want to feel important. That's the most important human trait that we can build on as leaders. So one of the things that I found works for me is get the individual into the decision making, part of the decision making. Let them make decisions. Ask them about their opinion when you're making a decision. Make them feel that they are 90% of the decision makers. Like they are a big part, a big contributor. They're not just developers or doers. They also make decisions on what they do and what you do as or what the team does. So I think that from my experience works very well, and it really encourages people to give in like 150% to the team, make them part of the decision making process.
Yeah, and it makes so much sense because this way they you create a sense of ownership, right? Like you get as a team
Mhm,
player, as a team member, you get a sense of ownership that, oh wow, I was asked about it and I chose this. Like it now I own it. Now it's mine,
mhm,
which absolutely, like, that's such a great starting point. And the other thing is that what makes us happy as well as human beings is
mhm.
seeing progress. Like
Yeah.
seeing progress. And now, traditionally, seeing progress means for a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but traditionally, the way things work is, especially for bigger corporations, seeing progress means that you get promoted, right? You get promoted from
Mhm,
the doer to a manager to a senior manager, and so on and so on. And some people even move companies to get those promotions. And this is definitely a path. It's a path forward. Yet, it's not the path that 100% of us will and should follow. And this is something that stayed with me in First Break All the Rules. Amazing book, by the way, if you haven't read it. One of the things that they were saying, what the best managers do, is that progress doesn't mean that everyone gets promoted, because there are people who are so good at what they do. They love it. It's their purpose, it's their passion, it's their, they feel so fulfilled by what they do. And I think one of the examples was a maid. So she was doing her job so well, and the way she was thinking of, oh, what's the first thing that someone does when they come into the hotel room? They turn the fan on. So even if I have dusted everywhere, if I haven't dusted the fan, what's the point? So ultimately, one of the things is that progress doesn't mean climbing a corporate ladder for all of us. And this is where one important thing is, how do you keep your A players A players? It's by getting to know them, by getting to know what matters to them, by getting to know what their personal dreams and aspirations are. And yes, for some people, getting promoted and climbing the ladder is what matters. But for others, and this is where you want to start thinking outside of the box, right? This person might not want to go into people management. They're so great at doing what they do. They're the best welder you have. They're the best developer you have, whatever, right? Whatever they're doing. So how can you keep on helping them progress with their personal goals at work? Like keep on seeing, and there are ways. Of course, compensation matters, right? And in the book they were saying how those high performers, they actually get paid more than their managers because of the value they deliver. These people get actually paid more than their managers. And yes, in corporate world, probably they wouldn't do something like this because they have those brackets. But you, as a mid-sized business owner or a smaller business owner, you have the flexibility to actually change things and do things in a different way that really keeps your high performers performing high. So this is where I wanted to add, actually.
Yeah. The second thing that I found, it was interesting. I visited a client about a year and a half ago in South Carolina, just about an hour north of North Carolina, just about an hour north of Charlotte. And as we pulled into the parking lot to park next to the visitors parking, and between the visitors parking and between the handicap parking, there were two spots, and it said employee of the week spot. And I asked the person, and I said, oh, so you guys give the employee of the week, or what was it, employee of the month? I think it was week, a spot to park. She said, not only that, the company has two BMWs that if you're picked as an employee of the week, you get to not only drive that BMW, you get to park in the front. I was like, wow, that's ingenious. And the company had contracts with BMW, so it didn't cost them a lot to lease from them. It was one of their clients. And it was just, again, as humans, we may not even want to buy that BMW, but having the chance to drive that BMW and park, it's something to aspire to, right? And as humans, this amazing. Like, come up with your own idea. Don't get a BMW. Well, get a BMW. That's okay.
If you want, come up with your ideas.
And I think goes back to what you said, Anna. Learn your, listen to your employees. Listen to them. Understand them on a personal level. See what their passions are. Maybe it's just a tennis racket, or maybe it's a paid 1 year paid archery course, or whatever is their passion, right? But yeah, reward also helps on top of the compensation.
Yeah, some kind of reward, and which actually reminds me, in a way, it's like making it a game, right? Making the team environment like as if we're all playing a game, right? And definitely rewards help with motivation and getting people to strive for more. And there's always something, and this is so key and so important. So absolutely, there are so many ways, like just allow yourself again to think out of the box and really think of get your team's input as well. What are some ideas that they might have to make it more interesting, to help them keep on being A players? So highly encourage you to start looking into this. How do you keep your A players? It's really important, and it will pay dividends for you, and like it will like the ROI is like multiplied, right? It's like 2, 3, 4, even 10 times what you do and invest. You get in return from people who are invested, who show up every single day with the full potential they have.
Yep. All right. As promised, we're going to keep it short. It's Friday. Everybody wants to get back to their work and finish the week. So if you like our the podcast, subscribe, like, comment. Somebody said cool on one of our podcasts, which was cool. Yeah. And share. And again, we repeat this. If there are topics that you want us to talk about, please let us know. We have a lot of experience and we can help.
Yes, absolutely. We read the comments. We read everything you share with us. So go ahead, do it. And if you want to see us live, Plandore, the YouTube channel is PLANDORE. Plandore, you can find us there live every morning, fluctuating times. So stay tuned for when we show up live. But this is the life of a business owner, right? And otherwise, have a wonderful weekend. And we will actually be back tomorrow with more golden nuggets and wrapping up the week on the topic of how do you help your team perform. So thanks for joining.
Thank you, Anna.
See you tomorrow
Thanks,
again.
everyone.